Well guys, welcome back to the nest. I hope you're all keeping well. Happy New Year to every single one of you out there. I hope this one's a very good one for you. Hope you all achieve the wishes that you want. I know I hopefully will. Just need to keep working hard at it. Only 5 months until I finish my HND, so definitely gonna need to start looking at agents, as soon as I have a show reel built up. Anyway, enough about that. Time to start another movie reaction. This movie is Damien, Omen 2. Yes, I don't know if you guys remember, we actually did the Omen, the first one, back whenever we were in 1976. And I really love that movie. I did feel like this one was not as fast. No, not fast. This one wasn't as slow paced as the last one. It did take a while. Like, Damien did take a while, but he didn't find out. He only found out like in the middle. Thank God he didn't find out like at the very, very end. It was too late, but you know what? I'm glad he did. So basically, it starts off with Bugenhagen, the guy who informed Damien's father, Robert, about the daggers and all. They were going to be delivered to his uncle, so he could carry out the deed. But unfortunately, whenever he goes into this massive temple, it all just crumbles down on him, and he suffocates to death. And the daggers are nowhere to be found. And we find out that Damien actually didn't end up living with the president. Imagine if he didn't end up living with the president, he'd be in power immediately. He'll remember that creepy smile at the end of the first one. But he's sent to live with his uncle Richard, who has a son named Mark and a wife named Anne. And I think that he's quite rich. He's also into the politics as well. Thorn Industries. I guess the whole family is just into politics. So looks like Damien got into the wrong family. So he's now a teenager. He's still not aware of who he truly is. But this carries on with what the first film had. So basically, anybody who finds out who Damien truly is, they suffer the consequences. So I think if you're around Damien, if you can, try not to figure out who he is. Only figure out who he is and then kill him. Because the aunt, a raven, gave her a heart attack. I do remember in the first one there was already a dog in the shape of an omen who was basically seeing people in his son, now it's in the form of a raven. Well, I think that makes more sense because ravens and crows are basically a symbol of death. I don't know if you guys know this, but you know what you call a flock of crows? A murder. Yeah, that's true. That's true to its word. An aunt has a heart attack. This photographer finds out who he is. She ends up getting attacked by the same raven, and she gets run over by a big massive truck. Someone who works in the Thorn Industries, he falls under an icy lake while they're all playing hockey. But I don't understand why Richard sends Damien and Mark to military school. Obviously Damien needs to go there because, I actually don't think military school is going to stop him, to be fair. But he fits in just fine. It turns out that his father went there, he gets pegged on, but he's able to stop them. Someone working there even tells him, I've got your back. There's already a few people who've got his back, and he does tell him to read the Bible. And I love how Damien actually has more dialogue in this movie. I guess in the last one, a 5-year-old couldn't remember so much. But yeah, he tells him to read the Bible, 666. I don't know how he got the message that he'll have a birthmark in the shape of 3 6s, and as soon as he finds out who he is just absolutely crushed. He's like, why me? I do think that if Damien didn't have the choice to be if Damien had a choice, he wouldn't have picked to be the Antichrist, if you know what I mean. But, I guess he just fully accepts who he is whenever he finds out the truth. Whenever they all take a trip to this industrial waste plant, the whole class is injured from the toxic fumes, but Damien's the only one. But the hospital decides to keep him in, just as a precaution. And the doctor even finds inside his mouth, cells from a jackal, and he gets taken care of whenever he's inside the lift. He's cut in half. I just thought that was absolutely gory. The thing I also want to know is how is Damien? He can remember all those dates of whenever so many people have passed away. The Battle of the Somme, 1916, World War II, 1945. I have a passion for that. I'm able to remember years stuff happened, but I use it for movies and TV shows and video games, stuff I'm actually interested in. I never really used it for school, but let's face it, I do the daggers do eventually get to know the Richard, and people keep informing that, your nephew is the son of the devil, he is the Antichrist, your brother tried to murder him because he found out the truth. But Mark over here, so he goes outside, and Damien don't want Mark to join him, but he accidentally gives him an aneurysm. I think that Mark was one of the few people that Damien actually cares about, and he's so rushed whenever he dies. He even shows it with a big massive scream. Ah! Luckily, the parents don't work out what's really happened to him. Damien has unintentionally used his powers on his cousin. And I guess Richard also finds out the truth whenever the wall that was inside the temple, they did warn him, Damien will have the face of the Antichrist, and even the wall shows like the Antichrist with Damien's face, First they needed the birthmark to confirm it, now they've needed this wall. But I think everyone's found out at this point. Whenever Damien graduates, they do, Richard and Anne arrive to the Thorn Museum, to actually pick up the daggers and carry out the deed. But unfortunately, it turns out that Anne is a Satanist, and she stabs Richard to death. I just love these plot twists. Your wife, someone you love very much, you never really realise that she actually supports all this evil. And she even states herself, "He's always belonged to me, Richard." Damien! Damien! I guess Damien actually is proud of who he is now, just with the stare whenever he burns Anne alive, and he just blows up the entire Thorn Museum. And he does know that he's going to inherit his family's company someday, so I do know this is a trilogy, so maybe in the next one I will find out if he actually does succeed in taking over Earth and just setting the whole place in a whole lake of fire for eternity, if you know what I mean. I don't know, but I guess I'll have to find out. I don't actually know whenever the third one was released. I'll have to do a wee bit of research and I'll let you know when I'm going to do it, but I guess until then, Damien just has to stare at the whole Thorn Museum. He still doesn't get his comeuppance yet. It's quite irritating. I definitely do want Damien to get what he deserves from the stab from the dagger, but I guess we just have to wait and see. I actually want to do Damien's stare. You know what? I did think this was a worthy sequel. It didn't match the first one, but I did think it was a worthy sequel. I did love how Damien had more of a character. You didn't get to see so much because he's only a child in the first one, but hey ho, I got what I wanted. Damien finally has more dialogue. He's a teenager and he's discovering his destiny as the Antichrist. Like I said, I think if he had the choice, he wouldn't want to be the Antichrist. I think he would just want to be like a human. Do you know what I do wish, guys? See, whenever he did that loud scream, whenever he accidentally killed Mark, I do wish he did transform into his true self as like a demon or something. Because you have to remember, Damien is a human. Like he's either a demon or a jackal, because his mother is a jackal, his father is the god of all evil. If you know what I mean, I just wish he turned into a demon and he just did a big massive roar. If you know what I mean. I guess that would be hard to do in 1978, but you know what? I'm happy enough with him just appearing as a normal human, because sometimes you don't know what lies within. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Happy New Year to every single one of you. I can't wait to watch the final Omen. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'll keep you guys updated. Don't forget to leave a like, comment who you'd like to see next, subscribe, turn on all notifications, share with your friends. I shall see you guys in the next video. Oh, and before I end the video, I will say that the next few movies that I'm doing on this channel, they are all horror, so it turns out that this year is just full of horror. But I love it. Love you all to death.